Hello friends, this is Ajay once again from Study Next Global Education Consultant Ludhiana. As you all know that we are conducting a series of webinars wherein we call the college representatives to share the valuable information with you guys so that you can be benefited from that information. To continue that spree, we have today with us Mr. Rahul Paul, authorized representative for India from CBU, that is the Cape Breton University, Nova Scotia, Canada. So, Cape Breton University is a public institution situated in Nova Scotia, as I already said. So, it has variety of program to its credit. But today, we are going to discuss one program in particular that is called the Public Health Program, which is run by CBU, and it's a very unique program. We are going to discuss that program in detail regarding its admission requirements, eligibility criteria, and all the career options and all the details will be shared by Mr. Rahul Paul with us. Rahulji, we welcome you in this webinar and we request you to share the valuable information with our audience.
Thank you so much. And first of all, would like to say thanks to the entire team here from Study Next, who have invited me here to interact with the students on this live platform. And yes, Cape Breton University has got a variety of the programs available here. More than 62 majors we have got in different areas. But today, particularly, we'll be talking about public health, which is really in demand, especially in Indian market. That's a really good program, a unique one as well, we can say, which is rare to find in different institutions. That's limited
Yes.
institutions are there in entire Canada offering such program. And the best part of Cape Breton University is we have this program available at UG as well as post degree level. So both the level we have got this program available at. So
Okay.
students who are just senior secondary passed out, year 12 passed out in medical stream, they can apply. Even somebody who have got a bachelor degree in health areas, they can also apply for this program for 2 years. So that is a UG degree, bachelor degree for 4 years for UG students. For post degree, it is for 2 years. So we'll be talking about the requirements in detail as well. Prior to that, I want to just notify, the public health, how essential this area is for any country in the world.
Yes.
When we talk about especially the Canada, so yes, that's really in demand. That's really in demand. And people, the professionals who belong to health areas, especially public health, they closely work with the health department, the government bodies there in Canada, working for health measures, health securities, all other things, decided by the government. So public health professionals, they work very closely with such organizations, such associations. That could be private body, even a public body, which is providing the guidelines to the different, the different industries, or as in current scenario you can see COVID-19. So that's really in demand now. It has raised the demand of the public health officers, public health professionals in the countries like Canada or any other countries even. Now, currently if you see in this COVID-19 situation, front end, who are the people working front end? This is nursing professionals,
Mm.
doctors, and the public health officers, public health professionals. Public health professionals, they are the the key people of this current situation, because they are connected with the public bodies, such association with our from the government side, and connected with the private bodies, the hospitals, and the normal, the common people, everyone. So they actually convey these things, convey those guidelines issued by the government, whatever the health department they have in the local city or the province, like Nova Scotia, where university is situated. There we have the health department. They release whatever communication they are releasing currently in this COVID-19 situation, whatever guidelines they are releasing. So this is the responsibility of the public health professionals to spread these guidelines in a proper way to the certain department or the common people so that they can follow it. So that's really important, the role they have, public health officers here in Canada or in any other country even. So that's the key role they play. Now, when we come
Yes.
to the program, which student is going to study in Cape Breton University, that is a public health program. First of all, we'll talk about the bachelor degree. The bachelor degree, that is for 4 years. The duration is 4 years. Bachelor of Health Sciences, Public Health. Now, to have admission, a student must have a year 12 qualification in hand and must have studied medical stream plus mathematics for that. So students usually in region Punjab, we call it super medical. The student who is studying medical stream, you know,
Yes.
PCB, physics, chemistry, biology,
Hmm.
and mathematics along with that. That could be additional mathematics or the compulsory one. That is the student's choice. That is
Yes.
acceptable, but mathematics should be there. That is the mandatory requirement for this program specifically, along with medical stream. Now the
Okay.
percentage criteria. When we talk about the percentage criteria, so in terms of Cape Breton University, it's a public university, government funded university. Still, the percentage criteria is not that high. It's fine. It's completely fine. The student must have overall 55% marks in year 12, and no compulsory subject should be less than 50% individually, like physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and English. These 5 subjects, these should not be less than 50% individually, and overall 55%. So that's the requirement, percentage requirement for Bachelor of Health Sciences, Public Health. Now,
Okay.
after getting qualified from this program, a student earns really good credit because the student is studying for
Hmm.
4 years. This is not a diploma, 2 years. This is not a 3 years bachelor degree. This is a 4 years full-fledged bachelor degree, which is recognized worldwide. So when you do a 4 years bachelor degree, you have all the advantages around the globe in any country, right? All the opportunities you can have. No institution further can deny you to get you admission in any further post degree program in a similar area. No company can
Hmm.
deny you to provide any job opportunities on the basis of your qualification, because that is a 4 years standard bachelor degree, which is recognized worldwide with 120 credits, which matters a lot having such credits, because credits makes your profile more stronger. The more you are earning credits from your education, the more your profile is becoming stronger in Canada in terms of your
Yes.
future prospects. That could be related to you know the your job opportunities, could be related to your settlement option, right? So credits, it matters a lot. Now the post degree program. So this was about the UG one for 12th pass student. We have both the option available. Now we'll talk about public health post degree. Public health post degree, that is for 2 years. 2 years
Hmm.
for those students who have got a bachelor degree already in hand. There are so many health related bachelor degrees the student have got, a pharmacy they do, a nursing degrees, a biotech, even MBBS, BDS. I have noticed so many BDS and MBBS students, they find difficulties in terms of selecting a program, especially in Canada. Even nursing
Hmm.
people I have seen.
That
So
is true.
for such students, I have seen students applying for programs related to management, healthcare management. Such programs they apply for. For such students, we have this relevant option, public health, which is really good, impressive one, right? For 2 years,
Hmm.
if they have studied 2 mandatory subjects during their bachelor degree, that's the prime requirement.
Okay.
They must have
Okay.
studied either chemistry as well as microbiology during the bachelor degree. Chemistry could be any chemistry, biochemistry it could be, that is also acceptable. The chemistry term must be there. So that is a chemistry which is required, plus microbiology. If somebody has studied both these subjects in a bachelor degree with overall 55% marks, so a student can apply for public health post degree 2 years.
Okay.
So that is the requirement and the program for the people who have already got a bachelor degree in hand in health areas. Now, what happens after public health, why it is a very good program, why a student should go for this program. There are so many students, they actually keep trying to get admission in nursing. CB also got the nursing program. Capital University has got Bachelor of Science Nursing too, but the requirement is really high. Students who are not able to make the eligibility for Bachelor of Nursing, they can somewhere make the eligibility for this program public health, so they can have the public health, a really good program, which is somewhere nursing is also in demand, I know that, but at the same time public health is also, the public health opportunities are high as the nursing has got. After this COVID-19 situation, it has become really good. The area is public health. Now it is raised up, the requirements and the opportunities in this area. So after this program, whether you go for 2 years or you go for 4 years, you need to qualify one exam. If you are able to qualify the exam, CPHI, Certification of Public Health Inspector, you become certified public health inspector in Canada, which means you become licensed. Most of these students and the parents, they hear that, oh, after nursing our student can become licensed. You know, nursing is the program where you are you get the license and you start practicing, you start working. Same way it happens in the doctor programs here in India as well as in abroad. So even in public health you become licensed. You need to qualify one exam. You'll be a certified public health inspector after the qualifying this exam, CPHI, and later after getting certified you can target for opportunities, job opportunities in private sectors as well as in public sectors in Canada. So you can even apply for government jobs after becoming certified in health areas. So that's a program which is enabling you for different sort of sectors, public as well as for private. So you have varieties of the opportunities in future in health areas only. And as per, if we talk about this, the earning part, the salary package, it is really impressive in terms of public health professionals. In Canada itself, different provinces, different salary scale they have got in terms of public health areas. If I talk about different provinces like Manitoba have got maximum it goes up to $48,000 a year. New Brunswick it goes up to approximately $69,000 per year. When we talk about Newfoundland, it goes up to $83,000 per year. British Columbia, which is I think a very populated place, British Columbia, it goes up to $80,000 per year. Ontario, it goes up to $84,000 per year. So that is the salary range I'm telling you. When it comes to Nova Scotia, I told you so many provinces. When it comes to Nova Scotia, where Cape Breton University is situated, so it goes up to $90,000 per year, the salary scale maximum.
Oh, that's good.
So $90,000, that's really impressive to have in a country like Canada. So that's a really good pay scale in this sector. Students can have a certified qualification you are getting, and that too with the affordable fee structure. The fee structure is not that high. If you compare Cape Breton University's fee structure and different programs, it is reasonable. Here in public health as well, if you compare it with other public universities, it is reasonable. It's really competitive in Canadian market. The fee structure for per year, that is $17,800, including 1 year medical insurance. So that is including insurance for the year, $17,800, which is not that high. Usually in public universities, when I meet with the students, when I meet with the parents, they think that, oh, this is a public university, so the fee structure would be really high, would be at least $20,000 or $25,000 a year. Then I just talk to them and make them understand, no, this is not that expensive. It's a public university, the renowned one there in Nova Scotia, with a huge campus, with the the world-class infrastructure, all the facilities on campus for especially health professionals. We have a health center on campus where we have doctors, nurses, physiotherapists. They provide all sort of treatment when it is required to the students on campus itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a proper environment we provide to the student, whether it is a health program, engineering program, or any other. Especially in health, when we talk about, so we have that proper environment, a kind of a small hospital, you can say, where we have all the equipments, all the things there. Student can have the practical exposure, the learning that is required for a health professional.
Okay.
So that is all there. Yeah.
Raj, you have rightly mentioned the subjects needed for that program, but I would request you to share the IELTS requirement and the gap accepted.
Okay, yes. IELTS requirement, if somebody is going for the IELTS, that should be 6.5 no band less than 6. If PT, we do
Okay.
accept PTE as well. PTE
Okay,
required
that's good.
59 overall
Okay.
PTE, and we look at only overall scores for PTE.
Hmm.
If somebody has got TOEFL, so that should be 80 internet based overall. Even
Hmm.
Duolingo is acceptable for admission process. That should
Okay.
be 120 overall.
Hmm.
And if somebody has got English medium background, they can apply on the
Okay.
basis of English medium background as well. But at the same time, it is highly recommended at the time of visa application, student must have a decent scores in
Hmm.
IELTS, PT, or TOEFL.
Okay. Okay.
So that is
That's
the English
nice.
requirement. Gap is not a concern with Cape Breton University for any program. If somebody has
Okay.
got even 10 years of the study gap, more than 10 years, even 15 years, 20 years, so that's not a problem
Okay.
here now. A student can apply
Okay.
with the gap of 10 years or more than 10 years even, but that should be justified, and profile should be really good, and the student should be meeting all the requirements as well. So then student can apply. There is no age constraint as well. There is no age problem. Whether you have got
Okay.
30 years, 35 years, 40 years even, you can apply.
Okay. 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 That's
Yes.
nice. That's quite nice. Okay. When you say that the gap must be justified, what is the meaning of justification? It should be
All right. Mhm.
authenticated by the experience certificates, or what type of documents you need for that?
See, justification means that the student must have an explanation at least, or that is great to have some solid sort of documentation. Yes, I worked for these years in such company at this profile. That is pretty good. If sometimes it happens with the females, especially, they start working after their
Hmm.
qualification and they get married. So after marriage, they may have gap of
Yes.
4 to 5 years. They have kids, so that is somewhere
Yes.
justified, right? So these sort of reasons that
Okay.
should be there. The student can justify the gap. Yes, I was engaged with such activities, whether it was work experience or some other things. So that is considerable.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any scholarship programs for the very brilliant students academically, or on the English proficiency in language?
Yes, we do have scholarships as well. We have two types of scholarship. One is that is entrance scholarship. Somebody can
Okay.
apply with the at the initial stage only when they are applying for the admission. If somebody has got
Hmm.
really good percentage, like a minimum, bare minimum 70-75%, and then
Okay.
they can apply. And on the basis of assessment, they would be granted some sort of a scholarship, the amount. And we have ongoing scholarships as well. If somebody is studying on campus and performing well, they can apply for scholarships while studying as well. So that's an option.
Okay.
While studying also, you can grab the scholarship. Only the budget for scholarship, specifically for
Hmm.
scholarships, CBU has got $1.8 million for a year. That is yearly budget for
Okay.
scholarships only.
Hmm. That's quite nice. Okay. So, Rauji, as far as the accommodation of the students is actually concerned, it's a major issue with them, and particularly when they go for a province like Nova Scotia, or some any province other than Ontario or BC, or you mean to say Quebec. So, will CBU provide some in-campus accommodation?
Yes, we do have on campus accommodations available here. There
Okay.
are three different types of accommodation we have. One is dormitory, that is sharing basis. We have
Okay.
apartments on campus. We do have private
Mm-hmm.
rooms as well. And
Okay.
accordingly, the charges, it is applicable. it starts from approximately $2,700 to $3,500 approximately per term per semester, right? That is the charges for accommodation. We do have meal plans as well, on campus meal plans, and that varies from $300 to $2,700 per term, depending on the types of meal plan a student is opting for. So that is on campus. We have off-campus accommodations too in Sydney City, here in Nova Scotia in Canada. See, off-campus accommodation, it is available there, right? And it is reasonable as well. It's not that high. Expenses here in Sydney City is not that high. Somebody who is staying off campus can meet monthly expenses for approximately $500 to $600. $500 to $600, including 1 month room rent, including 1 month groceries. For travel, the student needs to pay only $60. For $60, the student gets travel pass and can travel entire Cape Breton region just for $60 for So $60 unlimited for the month. That is for travel charges a student needs to pay. So that sort of living expenses here a student can experience, can bear, which is reasonable, which is not that high, not that expensive. The city is.
Okay. So, sir, do you have any pickup facility for the students? And if yes, is it chargeable or free of cost?
We provide free airport pickup to these students from Sydney Airport. They can have a drop anywhere in the city, wherever they want. And we also have one more service which is free of cost on campus. That is immigration support. A student can have counseling sessions free of cost on campus in relation to visas or any others a query they want to have with any immigration lawyers. Usually, students in Canada, they visit immigration lawyers for any sort of visa support. The same service is provided by Cape Breton University on campus free of cost.
Okay. So I have a question coming up with me, that a student with agricultural background or agricultural, you can say the bachelor or bachelor into food technology, can opt for this program?
Not really, because agriculture bachelor's students as well as food sciences, they do not study chemistry plus microbiology. Chemistry they may be, agriculture student they do study chemistry, but they do not study microbiology with that. So that is mandatory to have microbiology as well as chemistry in your bachelor degree to be eligible for BSc agriculture. I have some other option. I have some other option, like for BSc agriculture, if they have studied mathematics plus chemistry, they can go for environmental 2 years post degree.
Okay. And what is the case with the degree in physiotherapy for this particular program?
Again, the requirement is same. I have seen some physiotherapists getting eligible as well if they have studied both the subjects. That is the only requirement, chemistry and microbiology. If they have studied it, a physiotherapist, yes, they can apply.
So it has to be combination with of chemistry and microbiology. Rahulji?
Yes, tell me.
It has to be a combination of chemistry and microbiology if a student wants to opt for this program in particular.
Yes, public health post degree 2 years.
Public health post degree 2 years. Okay. So one major concern for the students here is actually the province, Nova Scotia itself. So I would request you to share some facts and figures about the province that is called Nova Scotia, working opportunities, the weather, atmosphere, or the style of living over there, so that students are more interested in CBU, not particularly in this program, but as a whole.
See, Nova Scotia, what I tell to the students, every student every day, that this is a complete package for you guys. This is a complete package in terms of your living expenses, in terms of your fee structure, in terms of the institution you are studying in, that is really good institution you are going to study in, as well as the weather condition and other things. Usually there are 4 to 5 things which I notify to every student, where number one, that is the weather conditions here. Weather conditions here, that is pretty favorable. It is moderate. It's not that harsh weather condition you need to experience here, because it's a coastal area. Most of the people, they have some doubt, they have some myth about Nova Scotia. I tell you guys, especially here on Cape Breton in Sydney City, the weather temperature, it is quite moderate. During winter season, you experience 0 to -9. That remains in between the temperature. During summer, it goes 25, 28, even 30 degrees sometimes, which is quite hot in terms of the weather temperature. When we talk about other seasons like spring and fall, it remains in between 12 to 20 degrees, which is kind of a pleasant weather condition. No winter, no summer. It's quite moderate most of the time throughout the year. So that's pretty good. The weather conditions here in Nova Scotia on this Cape Breton in Sydney City. Next, that is something related to the medical insurance. That is only available in Nova Scotia, medical insurance. Any student going to Canada must have valid insurance for the year at least. And every year, a student has to get it renewed. But if somebody is going to Nova Scotia, then from second year onwards, the provincial government, the local government is going to offer one medical card, which is called MSI card, medical service insurance, that remains valid till the time a student is there in Nova Scotia. So that is the medical services provided by the provincial government. You can meet all the medical expenses free of cost throughout the time you are staying in Nova Scotia. There are so many PR holders, even they are using the similar medical insurance. Any student even can have from second year onwards in this province, in Nova Scotia. Next is the advantage, that is the exposure, international exposure. You are going to abroad for studies, right? The students, they want to go to abroad for studies. Why? What is the reason behind it? A sincere student, a practical student would always follow, I want a place where I can actually have the international exposure, where I can have students from different countries and actual Canadian also with my in my class, in my campus, so that I can interact with them, I can learn something from them, I can even teach them something. That should be a motto, a kind of the perception student to go for abroad study. When it comes to Nova Scotia, so yes, the population here in Sydney City especially, we have multicultural. So most of the people we have, that is actual Canadian here. We have people from other countries as well. In Cape Breton University only, we have approximately 5,500 students, out of which we have 1,000 Indians. We have approximately 1,200 from other countries. We have students from Africa, Asia, Japan, Germany, Singapore, Russia, France, even from UK, United Kingdom. CBU has students from, because CBU runs exchange programs with the Cape Breton, with the UK institutions.
UK universities.
So what happens in exchange programs, institutions from UK, they send their students to Cape Breton University, and they actually find it really good to study here in CBU because it is cost effective as well for them.
Yes.
And they get a different exposure as well.
One
Living
additional
expenses,
benefit,
I already told you, that's not that high here.
Okay. Yes. And one additional benefit may be all the students graduating from CBU or especially from Nova Scotia, they will be getting the PR on an easy terms, because Nova Scotia comes under AIPP program, the Pilot Immigration Program. According to me, that is going to be more beneficial to the students from
that's
CBU.
An option. Yes, that's an option there, and the student can look for detailed information about it over the official website of CIC. there,
Hmm.
or any immigration person from your team can assist the students about it. That is
Yeah,
there.
sure, sure, sure. Okay. So according to this, we have discussed that the curriculum and the practicum of the of this program is quite good. So the students of this program, will they be getting some practical exposure during studies?
See, in CBU, that is the most important thing which CBU actually takes care of for any student in any stream, any area, any program, especially health
Okay.
related programs. So yes, there are practical things, there are labs as well, there are practical exposure student can have, right? And in that case, student should be a really good student, good performer, so they can have similar opportunities on campus only to have a practical exposure, to be involved with any company's project or any on job learning if they want to have, so they can have
Hmm.
on campus only that opportunity. For that, they should be a really
Hmm.
good student, good performer. So CBU itself helps all these students which are deserving one.
Okay. So CBU has some sort of you can say campus placement services for the students graduating from CBU.
For on-job learning, for co-ops and internships, we do conduct such placement activities twice in a
Okay.
year. Twice in a year, we conduct placement activities where a student can have such opportunities from any background, from any for any program. For different
Hmm.
programs, we conduct such events, and a student can grab these opportunities, performing well. And yes, this is provided by the CBU.
Okay, that's quite nice. Okay, okay. Okay, Rahulji, we thank you so much for the information you shared with us, and it will be very, very beneficial to the audience, and particularly the students who are a bit skeptical to study in Nova Scotia or CBU. And this program offers variety of USPs and variety of options, variety of career options all over Canada. And I think you have shared each and everything about the program. We thank you so much for this. So guys,
Thank
this
you.
is
Thanks a lot.
Ajay. Thank you so much. So this is Ajay and Mr. Rahul Pal from CBU signing off as of now. We will be back with some more programs, some new universities or colleges, but the country will be the same, that is called Canada. So this is Ajay and Rahul Pal signing off now, but we will be back once again very soon. Till then, you take care and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, Rahulji. Thank you so much.